In Mile High, where Noah Don't You Wanna Fanta came up huge in the passing game, but Latavius Murray Franklin show was no joke, leading New Orleans to a road blowout.
So the Broncos here are looking for their first completion of the day. Hinton, the practice squad receiver, former salesman a month ago, is going to be looking to sell catching a pass to his own team. Let's see if he can get it done here on 2nd and 13. He takes the ball from the shotgun. Melvin Gordon to his left, rolling out. He throws back to a screen behind the line of scrimmage, a catch, and he runs for a first down. Where were you when Kendall Hinton made his first NFL completion?
And only Saints 31, Broncos 3. In the Queen City, where Brandon Castaway Wilson drifted through a sea of giant blue and said, "I'm sorry, Shelby. I'm sorry you're not in your seat yet to see this touchdown. The longest play in franchise history."
After an impressive New York Giants opening drive, they punch it in from the 1 yard line. And Graham Gano kicks off to the woesome Cincinnati Bengals.
All right.
And Brandon Wilson is there to take the catch 3 yards deep in the end zone, and he runs it up the gut. And did the Giants even want to tackle him? No. Graham Gano, the only one who even makes contact. Brandon Wilson, 30, 20, 10, touchdown Bengals. The only one in the first half and the only one that ended up meaning anything.
Bengals 8-3 against the spread. Giants 19, Cincinnati 17. It was Panthers-Vikings in Minnesota, where Mike Zimmer was listening to old-school fireside chats to prepare for the return of Bridgewater, because the last time a leader could use a walker, Teddy's Cousins was on the radio. Vikings lead 10-7. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun with Dalvin Cook to his side. Cousins loses the ball in the pocket. Picked up by Jeremy Chin into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers. Carolina back on top. How about that? How do you do? 1 minute into the third quarter. Next play from scrimmage. Handoff left side. They'll play it safe with Dalvin Cook up the middle. He lost the ball. It's loose. It's around the 25. No. It's Jeremy Chin! 5 touchdown Panthers! Jeremy Chin, back-to-back plays for the end zone, and the Panthers have a double-digit lead on the road. Vikings win it, 28-27. All right, week 12.999 in the books. We still have Wednesday football tomorrow with the Ravens visiting Heinz Field. Test coming back negative today. We are on schedule for that 3:40 Wednesday afternoon kickoff we've always wanted to see. How we doing, fellas?
Great. My favorite part of this podcast is after the games on Sundays, our Monday or Tuesday show, and Shelby just gets done with his call, and he has to go from excited to and it's a touchdown, and then he goes, "And welcome to the Hopeless Fan Podcast."
It does sound pretty good. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Zach, how are you?
We'll get into it with Bunka.
Okay.
We could talk about it then.
Well, let's go game by game, just from the Sunday slate. And Scotty, we'll start with one that's probably your happiest result, and that was the Falcons beating the Raiders 43-6.
Yeah.
Vindication for Scotty with his John Gruden hate. The Raiders slipped to 6-5. The Falcons surging ahead to 4-7.
How bad did they look, though? The Raiders look so bad, and it's when John Gruden, there's something about John Gruden. He can look great, but if his game plan's figured out, if they've got you figured out, dude, it's done deal. It's game over for the day. So I don't know. Maybe
is
it was
Atlanta?
Maybe they didn't look ahead after the KC game, but I don't know.
I think the media gave them, and rightfully so. They were a minute 30 or 30 seconds away from sweeping the Chiefs, and they're kind of probably this is such an sleepwalk spot going across the country in Atlanta, having nothing to play for, and bang, the Falcons, are they a little bit underrated from all those losses that they had where they should have won? They had 99% chance of winning in 3 games.
How many? So it's 3 games, so they could be
they could be 7-4.
7-4.
4-7.
Yeah, in that division, I don't think that would make much of a difference down the stretch.
You'd be tied with Tampa Bay right now.
Right. But I think between those two, I think I would give the edge to Tampa in taking whatever wild 6 or 7 spot or whatever it may 5, 6, 7 spot that they would potentially get in the NFC. And the NFC is going to be pretty tight. I think both AFC and NFC, but particularly for the 5, 6, 7 slot, it would be a long shot even if the Falcons were 7-4.
Yeah, basically, if the Falcons were 7-4, you'd have like 3 teams. You could potentially get 3 teams in the NFC West and 3 teams in the NFC South.
Right.
And then the 2 division winners from the other.
Raheem Morris staying in Atlanta? You going to be the head coach?
Yeah, that's the thing. What do you think?
I think he should. I didn't think he was bad with Tampa Bay when he was their head coach. 10 years ago.
I think they'd probably go after someone offensive-minded because they went with Dan Quinn and Raheem Morris is a defensive background guy. Arthur Blank likes to stand on the sidelines looking like a mafia boss.
Best owner in sports.
Yeah, best owner in sports.
Yeah, best looking owner in sports.
Oh, okay. All right.
You want your guy
game.
looking like a mafia owner. That's all I'm saying.
Bills beating the Chargers at home 27-17. Bills defense kind of back. Justin Herbert threw it 52 times. Hail Mary Chargers. That was one of the bets I lost in Boardwalk was the Chargers team total over 23.5. The amazing quarterback sneak attempt by Anthony Lynn from the 1-yard line with his offensive line trying to pass block and Justin Herbert losing 2 yards.
So what happened there? I saw that there was like a lot of hate on Twitter to Anthony Lynn because I saw the 4th and 27 Hail Mary and I was like, well, that's a bad beat because I just figured the Chargers were getting in at that point. But what exactly happened there?
So basically, the Hail Mary happens, and the Bills cannot defend Hail Marys because the Chargers completed 2 of them.
God.
One right before that play that didn't count, and then the one that actually counted.
How much did they pay Tre'Davious White?
Right. And so the Chargers were down there with the running clock inside the 5-yard line, and Anthony Lynn brought his kicking team out because you need a touchdown and a field goal, obviously, at some point. And then their last play was from the 2-yard line or so. Mm-hmm. And I think this is where it's not really on Anthony Lynn. Obviously, you got to get points there and at least try your onside kick. And Anthony Lynn couldn't even lose by 1 possession correctly because he should at least get 3 points out of that. Instead, they have they have it at the 2-yard line or so, and I think Justin Herbert audibled into a quarterback sneak, but didn't
tell us.
But didn't the offensive lineman didn't get it, so all the offensive linemen drop back into pass protection, and Justin Herbert just runs right into a nose tackle. So yeah, 2nd and goal from the 1 with 3 seconds left. There's not much you can do, but yeah, they had 1st and goal at the Buffalo 2. Basically, you're at the 2-yard line, and they had 4 plays from the 2-yard line, didn't get any points, and ran out of time before they could even get that little field goal to make it a 7-point game. So, brutal beat if you had Chargers plus 5.5.
Yeah.
The team total was a bad one too. But the Bills now at 8-3 and running away.
Sitting pretty.
Yeah, sitting pretty. The Miami's lost to Denver, looming large for them.
Real quick, what's the Bills' remaining schedule? Can you check real quick? I want to see who they've got coming up because it could be a situation like the Browns where the Browns are sitting.
Well, they'll have the Patriots and Dolphins. I know that.
Dolphins.
They've got the Niners next.
That's more of a test than the Patriots.
Niners, Steelers, Broncos, Patriots, Dolphins. So
a mixed bag, really. So Niners should be able to win that, although it's in wherever they're going to end up playing.
Arizona. So hangover from the Hail Mary. They lost there.
Also, it's an away game for both of them. Really, they don't even get to play in their own hometown. Steelers, that's a tough one. You probably drop that one, but it's at home, so who knows? At Broncos. Should be easy, but again, you're going to altitude, so that's always throws a
Drew Lock's
thing
also
in the
got
mix.
a horse cock.
Lock will be back, probably.
Why'd you want to know the Bills' upcoming?
Just to see what their slate is looking like going forward with them being 8-3.
Yeah, because they're going to win the division, and they're not going to get the first-round bye.
Right.
Because they're not going to catch Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So that's why I was curious why you wanted to know.
Yeah, I was just curious to see how if they could end up with a,
Yeah, well, the Dolphins get the Bengals, so if the 49ers, we'll get to them because they pulled off a big win against the Rams. Next game, though, before we get to that,
Can I choose the next game?
I mean, yeah, I was kind of going in order, but yeah, go ahead.
I want to choose the game that you guys are at, unless you guys want to hold off for another segment.
No, that's fine.
The Bengals. Did I hear that correctly at the start of the podcast that you guys missed the first 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Oh, that blows. How? I need to hear the story behind that. That's why I want to bring it up.
Just real quick, whose fault do you think it is?
I couldn't care less. It's probably both of you somehow.
It was mine.
Well,
I really didn't care. If I wouldn't, like, obviously, if you know there's going to be a 103-yard kick return, then yeah. But
so you were content with just missing like the first drive and being like whatever.
Right, because I knew there wasn't going to be a long line to get in.
Right,
Because
and there wasn't
because of the limited fans.
Yeah,
and we definitely could have brought in guns to that stadium because they did not check. They did not check you at all.
Have you seen that gif of that security guy like waving over the guy's shoulders, then waving under his arms, like okay, go in? That was pretty much what it was.
Because they were basically like beforehand. Before COVID, you used to have to like put all your shit in a tray, go through a metal detector.
Yeah.
And I just walked right through.
And I took my wallet out of my pocket. And he was like, "Don't take it out. Put it back in. Don't take anything out." I'm like, what?
Yeah. So like
what?
And like I buzzed because I had keys on me and a dip can. Mm-hmm. They didn't say anything.
What?
They don't care.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's like
well, I guess it isn't all my fault because I wanted to get down there early.
I know. That's why. That's why I was saying it's not really your fault.
So it kind of was, kind of wasn't. But
we were sitting out in the front lawn passing the football like a couple of assholes waiting on our ride to get here.
But we ate lunch lunch at Holy Grail, and then before we go to the game, I wanted to stop and have one more quick one at
Tin Roof.
At Tin Roof.
Yeah.
Which is usually a place you could just walk up and order, but they were actually kind of crowded, so we had to sit down. And then the server took a while, and then she asked us for beers. Or we asked for beers, and she's like small or tall, and my brother said tall, not realizing these things are like 36 ounces.
So what, you just
It was like a big gulp. We tried.
Well, I had 1.5 because when I went to the bathroom, my cup went from a third full to almost to the top, so they just put all of it back into mine, and it was flat from getting poured in.
Nice.
But yeah, that was.
How far away is Tin
tough.
Roof from the stadium? Isn't I thought it was.
It's the same strip. It's the same strip.
Really,
right
I thought it was
Yeah.
like I thought there was another one that wasn't like that was far kind of.
No.
Maybe I don't know.
Tin Roof is like 3 doors down from Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, as we're going into the stadium, we're like getting past security, and I'm like, oh, like the Giants have it, 3rd and goal at the 1, and then we hear the crowd roar, and it's like, oh, they stopped him. It's 4th and goal at the 1, and then we didn't hear anything, and then you just kind of hear over the loudspeaker. It was like
1 yard rush by
like Wayne Gallman's 1 yard touchdown run, and I'm like, okay, like we'll get back to our seats. Like they'll kick off. They'll have a TV timeout, and we'll get to our seats when it's 1st and 10 Bengals at their own 20. And then we just hear like, yeah, you hear the crowd roar, and yeah, it was the longest play in franchise.
What'd you think of Brandon Allen? I'm so jealous. I didn't even get to see the legend live when he played for Denver last year. You got to see him in person.
It was a mixed bag because I had a pretty sizable bet on the Bengals to score under 18.5 points, which got saucy at the end.
Yeah.
When Alex Erickson almost broke one to the house, a punt return.
Shoestring.
Zach Taylor in his bag faking punts in his own 20.
I know.
Like a king. I'm back on him.
What? I
Yeah.
just saw that they scored to cover, which all I had was the cover. So
Electric backpedaling over the middle in high traffic touchdown to T.
A
Higgins.
lot of people would say dime.
a lot of people would say
I'm one of
dime
those
and
people.
Brandon Allen
off his
dot.
back foot.
Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes makes that throw, you're like fucking vintage Mahomes. But that's
Crown
all I'm
him.
saying.
But yeah, it was about like his who cares environment is all get
Well,
out.
yeah, unless you're a security guard, they
Yeah.
definitely care
Yeah.
So what the Bengals do
about masks.
The Bengals never got
not
it
about
back,
guns
right?
so much.
The Bengals never got it back to.
No, the Bengals did get
I
it
thought
back.
they fumbled the punt return or something.
Right, no. They were down 19-17. The Giants got the ball at their own 20, needing a first down to win the game.
Okay.
And they threw for the first down, and then like out of nowhere there's a holding, so it's like 3rd and 30. So the Bengals get the ball back, and Alex Erickson broke like 5 tackles.
Got to the 40, like the 40, 50.
He got to midfield,
Yeah.
and got tripped up and fell down, or he would have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the very next play, Brandon Allen fumbled.
Ah, damn.
Mm-hmm.
BA.
So it's just really weird going to a game that like last year I went to 3 games and the Bengals went 2-1. Mm-hmm. And both games I was rooting for them to win because it was against the Jets and the Bengals were still winless. I wanted them to see them get their first win. And then it was the end of the year against the Browns where the Bengals had already wrapped up Joe Burrow. So I was like, yeah, fucking beat the Browns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So wanting them to lose and being at the stadium is like, it's really weird. And obviously Zach and I would not have, none of us would have went down there had we had I not bought the tickets the day before Joe Burrow's knee.
Yeah,
blew up.
I'm surprised that you picked them to like going to the game. I'm surprised you picked them to lose, or at least like just not at least bet them to cover the spread. Like that doesn't seem like
It's not true. I moneylined them.
Zach moneylined them. I had the Giants every which way you could. I had them. I didn't have them spread, but I had the Bengals team total under, and I had the Giants in a 6-point teaser and a moneyline parlay that both hit. So it all worked out. But then
Colt McCoy coming
when
in.
everyone's
How about
excited,
that? You're like, oh
right?
shit.
When everyone's excited that the Bengals are 15 yards away from a potential game-winning field goal, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, if they make this field goal, I'm done. Like, in about 7 different ways, I'm done if they make this field goal.
Yeah.
So
do we want to talk about the fun little romp we had on our way out, or no?
Nah.
Okay, that's fine.
What? I want
next
to hear
game.
about this.
Well, I'll tell you off air.
Yeah. We'll go Titans at Colts.
Pause.
Big win for my Titans.
Romp.
Big win for my Titans.
Your Titans.
Well, I picked them to win the South.
Gotcha.
Even money.
Okay,
and
that's fair.
This one is huge. Derrick Henry, huge.
Real quick, Giants team win total. In trouble.
Right. So Zach and I, huge bet on the Giants to win under 6 games. And we got plus money because it was 6, not 6.5.
Right.
But tough schedule.
Seahawks, Cardinals, Browns, Ravens, Cowboys.
We need them just
One.
to lose those 4 games.
Yeah.
And then they can beat the Cowboys at the end of the year.
Yeah, because I
They'll
have the
probably
same
beat the
thing,
Ravens.
guys. Off your
Just
notes.
because there's no God.
Oh, under
Yeah.
6 wins?
6.5. Yeah.
You bet
yeah.
it?
You got 6.5.
Oh, you got 6.5.
Mine
You're
are
sitting pretty,
all
then.
of my preseason bets, besides like the ones I made online. The ones I made at Lawrenceburg are looking real shady. So I had Ben Roethlisberger, comeback player of the year. As he is an MVP candidate, I think he should win it, but he won't because it will be Alex Smith. I have the Rams under 8.5 wins. That
Rams
are
good.
fucking good, apparently.
Scotty, play that Rams under next year. That's
Yeah.
when the cap gets screwed.
I have the Giants.
They can trade everybody away, get a bunch of draft
I have the
capital.
Giants team win total. The only one that's looking good is the one I put like a lot like lower money on, and that's the Cowboys receiver Gallup under 900.5 yards. So that's looking great. And then I have also Drew Lock passing touchdowns over 21.5. Not looking good, Chief. Just not looking good. Unless he throws like 3 touchdowns on average. So less.
Ruffity, rough.
Yeah. Well, I have a few Lawrenceburg bets. So like Jets season win total under 6.5 already hit. Steelers to make the playoffs. I'm guessing will be coming up soon. And the Steelers plus 350 to win the division. But I'm still like, I'm such a sucker because Atlanta wins 1 game, and I'm like, they could finish 8-8. They could finish 8-8 because I picked them
Dude,
over
we've seen
7.5
stranger.
wins.
You
We've
needed
seen
them to win, and
stranger
they did.
things
Yeah.
Right.
happen. So
And-
I will never cash your bet until it's like completely like in the cards.
But now the problem is I have the Buccaneers over 9.5 wins. So they played the Falcons twice in the last 3 weeks. So I'm gonna lose one of them. I'll probably lose both, honestly.
Real quick on Atlanta.
Atlanta has an awful schedule
I
down
know.
the stretch.
New Orleans at home, at Chargers. Tampa Bay at home, at Kansas City, at Tampa Bay.
Sounds
Dude,
like
New
5-0.
New Orleans is not that good. Taysom Hill's not that good.
Yeah, they could.
not
That's
gonna-
not the one we're worried about. We're worried about Tampa Bay twice in Kansas
Well, I'm
City.
worried about New Orleans. They just beat the Falcons by 15 with Taysom Hill 2 weeks ago.
I
Right.
know.
That was in New Orleans though. So
But now you know why when the Falcons were blowing these like 99% chance to win games, I'm like, God damn it, their schedule's so hard down the road.
I want to look at Tampa Bay's schedule real quick and see if they're playing at home the week we're going to be down there.
In Florida? Are
Yeah.
you in Tampa?
It's at 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
Jesus Christ.
shut up, you dumb bitch. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to be there. They'll be there the 13th. Minnesota at home. I can see it play. The tickets as low as 173. So I guess I'm watching that one on the couch.
Scotty, this is a big vindication week for you. Like everything happened that you like that has taken a couple weeks for it to happen. The Raiders get blown out, and then the Colts lose by 19 at home.
Colts. I was gonna say, what did I tell you about the Colts, dude? Something's got to give. Those are the teams, bro. Every year you have teams that like everyone's like, oh, like this could be a sleeper team come the playoffs, and like you shouldn't be talking about sleeper teams in the playoffs until like the week 16 and 17, in my opinion. Like those are when the teams like turn it on, but like. The Raiders have the track record, and so do the Colts and Phillip Rivers, and I don't know. Maybe it's just because I know those motherfucking quarterbacks too well to know that shit won't stand for.
What did I tell you yesterday
3 weeks
in the truck? What did I tell you? I said exactly what he was going to say. Exactly this.
I agree. I kind of agree with Scotty, but he's kind of doing like them saying like they could be a sleeper team is the same as Scotty being like the Raiders are frauds, and me saying the Seahawks are frauds. And Scotty saying the Colts are frauds. Like, it's so low risk to say it because when the Colts beat the Packers after being down by double digits, it's
whatever
fine.
happened to accountability season?
Yeah, but like at some point the Colts are going to lose, and you could say that. And if you say a team's a sleeper team in the playoffs, it's not like you're saying they're like. You could say anyone's a sleeper team. They lose, it's like, well, whatever. I took a shot on.
Nobody wants to play these guys.
Right.
They were saying the same shit about before Dayton went on that huge run when they started to have a... Listen. I'm saying it's bullshit that they do this. In the middle of the season last year, they said the same shit about, we're not going to be... They've said this for years. Nobody wants to see us in the tournament. We may not be the best team out there, but by golly, nobody wants to see us. Like, it's the same fucking bullshit that they say in all sports.
If you're not the best team out there...
No one wants to see us.
I'm not going to be afraid of you.
No one wants to see us in regulation.
Exactly.
That's a good t-shirt.
Wait, did Dayton win any games in overtime last year?
No, just lost the two
in
overtime.
I want a t-shirt that says like Dayton like almost the number one seed in the tournament, like winless in overtime.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. You just have your teams that are frauds. I think the Colts, before the season, I didn't think the Colts were a playoff team. I didn't think the Raiders were a playoff team, and I just think that them, because they played the Packers and the Chiefs close, they beat the Packers. Right, okay, whatever. So, but they also lost to...
Calm down, Shelby. You're proving his point.
Shitty teams.
It's just like, right? It's whatever. Whatever.
The Raiders, look at the Colts. The Colts lost to Jacksonville in the week 1.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not a political podcast, but he's like one of those. He's instead of a never Trumper, he's a never Riverser.
Yeah, it's just like,
dude, come on. How can you like Rivers?
Whatever's bad for Phillip Rivers is good for Scotty.
Well, it's not like it was Phillip Rivers' fault they lost Sunday. It's like 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's like they gave up 45 points.
It was his fault when they lost to the Browns, who are also frauds.
Darius Leonard question. I don't know.
No, the Browns are fraudish.
Yeah,
they're beating a bunch of bad teams by like 3 points.
1-3 against teams with a winning record.
Well, it's also
7-0 against the rest of them.
The Browns' defense is solid, right? It's not terrible. And
it's I don't know, because like Burrow lit them up twice, and like Mike Glennon lit them up, basically.
Besides like a worse defense,
trash Rivers.
I can't think of the Browns game where they their defense was unreal. So they played they played Houston and Las Vegas in the snow, basically, or in the wind and rain, and went 1-1 in those games. But no, I can't. If you pull up that Cleveland schedule again, it's like I can't think of a time where Cleveland's defense was dominant, except for they held Houston to 7 points and Las Vegas to 16 in 2 games that were in terrible conditions. So they were good against the Eagles. They got a pick 6 and gave up 17. But we look at what the Eagles keep doing.
Right? I like them because they're scratchy.
They are scratchy.
They got the running backs, and I like their
run game is
style.
Superb.
They're a game script team where if they were to ever get down 21-0, kind of like Baltimore, honestly. If they're down 21-0 or down double digits, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they're screwed. They have to. They have to start hot.
They have to control
22-1 to win.
They have to control the game script.
Yeah,
22-1 to win the AFC. Cleveland is. I bet Cleveland spread already for this week though.
That's fair. So they're playing at the Titans.
At Titans. Guess the line.
Guess the line.
9.5.
9.5.
Yikes, dude.
I hate to be Scotty, but Cleveland's 8-3 on the road against another 8-3.
4.5?
6.
6.
I took 6.
That was my second guess.
Easy. It's 5.5 now. So
well,
you're
6
smart.
on our thing.
You are sharp. Shelby Dermer.
It was my best gambling week ever. Last week.
It was so
Me
good.
too. Me too.
You won a lot.
Me too.
Well, you want to talk about Kansas State, or you want to leave that for off air?
Oh, on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about it.
Well, I was worried about
I'll
Scotty
also
on
talk
Sunday.
about Oregon State.
I was worried about Scotty on
yeah.
Sunday because we didn't get any pictures of his winning tickets.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't
Thursday
win
on
on Sunday.
Thanksgiving, it was like every 5 seconds, Scotty's like,
Yeah.
just hit this plus 3,000.
Yeah, we can get into it on Boardwalk.
Okay. We talk about frauds. How about our Cardinals? 6-5 should be a 4-game losing streak if not for the Hail Murray.
Shameful.
3-point loss in New England. Actually,
Rat line
doesn't happen.
You wanted to, didn't you, Shelby? You wanted to.
I wanted to. I didn't because I'm just
I
like,
didn't either.
why?
I was like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
I'm glad you held off on that because I probably would have just like, oh, if Scotty's doing it, I'll go.
You look at the rest of their schedule, though. So the Rams, who are sus, we know that. At the Giants, Eagles at home, Niners at home, then at the Rams again.
Are we sure they beat the Giants or the Eagles or the?
I would say that this is if you coach it right, those are 3 wins right there. But that only puts you at 9 and 7 unless you beat the Rams twice. You could go 11-5, but you have to run the table. 10-6, you can only drop one. I think the one that you drop is at Rams, potentially. But that's a fast turf where Kyler Murray would thrive. So it's hard to say.
I don't know. I think the 49ers are kind of frisky.
I guess so. I mean, we'll see.
They have such a good coach.
Well, we'll
Shanahan's
see.
so.
We'll see what
coach.
happens come.
But
the day after Christmas.
Speaking of a good coach, New England now 5-6. I don't see how they win games where Cam Newton throws for 84 yards and 2 picks.
Shameful.
But the Cardinals, they got up 10-0 in this game in the first quarter. They bungled a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line at the end of the half. Kyler Murray might be banged up. I don't know, but it's just Belichick has these games, especially against mobile quarterbacks, where and you saw it when the Patriots beat the Raiders. They took away Darren Waller, and
he somehow forces them into like really bad situations to where like they have to make these like really like sharp decisions on like 3rd and goal. The coach is like, well, do I run it with this guy? And like I don't know, Belichick always seems to have like these trick plays or these like containment for these running quarterbacks that just seem to work.
I think I do think Russell Wilson's like top 5, obviously, and was in the MVP race for a while, and
Still is.
No, like I meant to say like was the front runner for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he is now. I think Mahomes is -1 something to win it. But I think my not my hatred, but like my what's another word for hatred that isn't like you don't hate him.
Apathetic.
But, okay, I'm kind of apathetic because like Russell Wilson threw the most unclutch interception in NFL history and like got 0 blame for it.
Yeah, well, that Bills game was atrocious in terms of his decision making.
Right. Well, yeah, he's had a couple, and now the Seahawks defense might not be bad anymore because they're not throwing the ball so much. They're actually running the ball and shortening the game. And Seattle's defense is not giving up 500 yards a game anymore.
Let me just say, and I would never have an MVP vote, but if I did, I think I would take a look at that Bills game and that Cardinals game, and I'd say these two disqualify him from these two performances. Are just you had it, and MVP quality can't. An MVP quality player is not gonna drop those two.
Yeah, it's definitely Mahomes to lose now, as the betting odds say. But I would say it's gonna be so Mahomes. I would bet that Mahomes will win it this year, and he could have the same stats next year and not win it because they won't let someone win 2 in a row.
Especially
there's so many narrative voters out there.
Yeah, unless it was like he broke all the records that he set, a few years ago.
All right, next game: Miami 20, Jets 3. Scotty, are the Jets going winless?
I need to see their schedule. Is it? Does Vegas still have it at plus odds? Oh my God, they're going winless, dude. They are. They're gonna go winless.
Yeah, the Jets going 0-16 is still
they got
plus
the Raiders,
144.
the Seahawks, the Rams, the Browns, and the Patriots.
Well, Scotty, I don't want to be you, but they could beat the Raiders if the Raiders go across country and lay another dud. Because last year the Raiders last year, I said that just to like give him like I know he'd cream if I agreed.
Scotty's gonna have to go change his shorts.
All I'm saying is last year the Jets beat the Raiders by 31.
Well, cross country that's gonna get you on the East Coast. I don't know. They also have the Patriots again, and Bill Belichick might just say fuck it, like whatever. It's the last game, everything's done.
I think if the Jets are 0-15 and they go to New England, I would put a lot of money on New England covering.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because Bill Belichick is not going to let his team
be the only win for the fucking
No,
Jets.
the team he coached for 2 hours.
Long game. Or he could be like, I'm not gonna let Trevor Lawrence in my division, and he drops it. Jaguars get him.
I don't think Belichick's scared of anyone.
Yeah, but he's not scared of him, but it makes his job easier for fucking the next 15 years. Let him get...
He's not going to coach the next 15 years.
Okay, 10 years. I don't know. Like,
well, he's just like... in Bill Belichick's mind, he's like, okay, let the Jets ruin this guy. They just ruined Sam Darnold, who was supposed to be... He was a top 5 pick.
Bengals back up next year?
God, I love Sam Darnold. So I think it's just the way
he's
he
going to
throws.
compete for the Broncos starting job next year.
I could see it. Oh, we'll get to this. We have an
we got a nice
exciting new segment. That,
honestly, guys, in terms of like other games, we're obviously going to talk about the Broncos game.
Are we?
But
Should we?
we can glass over it real quick.
But other than the Broncos game, all the other ones on here, I don't see much to. I mean, Chiefs. How do they not? First of all, how do they not cover that?
Tyreek Hill. Oh my god.
Oh, Tyreek Hill was unreal. If Tyreek Hill was like 5 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier, we'd be like, he's the best in the NFL.
He is the best in the NFL. I thought that before the season. I think Tyreek Hill is the best in the NFL. No one's a game.
That's why I took him.
No other wide receiver is a game changer in the NFL like Tyreek Hill is.
I don't know. DK Metcalf, I would put up there.
In the best in the NFL.
D-Hop, I would put up there.
How about before we talk about the Broncos game? I'm just gonna give me one sentence on the remaining 5 games when I give them out to you.
Okay.
All right. It'll go Scotty, Zack, me.
Okay.
All right. I'll just give you the final score. Browns 27, Jaguars 25.
Baker Mayfield missed a wide open dude and looked terrible for most of the day.
Jaguars fumbled the bag.
Jaguars the best 1-10 team since that 49ers year when they had Jimmy Garoppolo traded for him. 49ers 23, Rams 20.
Nick Mullins can get the job done, but I think the Rams are kind of sus. Raheem Mostert back.
Rams most sus 7-4 team.
49ers are frisky because now these backups who got jobs because they were injured are turning into form. Chiefs 27, Bucks 24.
I bet the live spread -14.
Jesus Christ. Zach.
Tyreek Hill could beat the shit out of me anytime he wants.
Chiefs like to sleepwalk until they're forced to not.
Yeah.
Like that the first down they had to get after the Bucks came back to backdoor.
Yeah.
Packers 41, Bears 25.
Scotty?
Oh, Packers 41, Bears 25. Should have bet the spread -8.5. Didn't even watch it because I knew that the Bears, like, this game sucked, and Trubisky. As soon as the Trubisky enters the lineup, the Bears score more points. That's all I'm saying. By the way.
26 for 46, 242, 3 tutties.
They score more points with Trubisky in there. That's all.
Yeah.
Trubisky better fit because the Bears O-line can't protect a statue like Nick Foles. Also fell asleep at halftime.
Aaron Rodgers can disown me from his family anytime he wants.
Seahawks 23, Eagles 17. Scotty.
A horrendous bad beat. I mean, horrendous.
Russell Wilson can abstain until marriage with me anytime he wants.
The book says go for 2.
I guess so. Yeah, the book says go for 2.
All right, now we can actually have a discussion. Saints 31, Broncos 3.
Go ahead, Scotty. Tell us your feelings. is
don't know.
not highlighted in your timeline, Twitter timeline.
I feel like you guys
I'm gonna
like
fall in love with whoever plays quarterback. I'm not watching.
Doesn't mean I don't love them. I just can't follow.
Should they have given Judy a chance?
Sure, why not?
I don't see how Kendall Hinton only completed one pass. Like, why aren't there those
Screens?
those little screens?
Double slants all day.
Screens or that jet sweep where he just tosses it, doesn't hand off, so it counts as a pass.
Right.
Anything.
Shermer doesn't do well with 8 guys in the box. Shermer likes to air it out, and this dude couldn't air it out. So, this dude didn't have any practice reps, so it's not like he even knew how to take a fucking handoff.
No, I'm not blaming him.
Right.
I'm blaming the coaches for being like, all right, here comes PA tight end cross, 7-step drop for Kendall Hinton.
I don't know.
Good luck.
You're telling me he didn't know how to read a professional NFL defense?
I liked Scotty asked me.
Played Clemson once.
Scotty, good news. The Broncos ran for 100 yards.
Let's go.
They had 3 guys with 20 or more rushing yards.
Sounds about right.
How many rushing attempts?
33. 3 yards a carry exactly.
Wow.
The bad news is Latavius Murray was still alive.
Yep, 19 carries, 124 yards, 2 tutties. Taysom Hill,
I'm pretty
2
sure-
touchdowns
Yeah,
as well.
or the Saints.
I'm pretty sure after halftime or after the Saints went up 24-3 or whatever, it was both teams kind of just came together and were like, let's just get the fuck out. Let's get off the field. This is dumb.
Yeah, the Saints, they're the odds-on favorite to win the NFC, but aren't they
I won't
not?
fall for that
Because
this
they're
year.
just gonna
I did that last year. I won't do
They're
it.
just gonna do another they're gonna lose a game they're a touchdown favorite in the playoffs.
And you know what?
Right?
The worst thing about the Saints is they will have some of the most complete games that you see.
The last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks.
I don't count the Broncos because it's dude.
Okay, that's fair. But they gave up 9 points to Atlanta. Their defense has been unreal.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, even last year, remember against the Colts on Monday Night Football, Drew Brees broke a record.
Oh,
and they went 34. Yeah. They won 34-3, and at that point, I'm the Saints are winning the Super Bowl. How does anyone? They're the most complete team in football, and then all of a sudden they lose to the Vikings, and Drew Brees and their offense can't do shit, and their defense looks suspect. It's I don't. The Saints do this every year. I'm not falling for it again.
Yeah, the last 4 games: Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Atlanta, Denver. New Orleans has won and covered all 4, and they've given up a total of 28 points. But like you said, it's going to be the second round of the playoff. They're gonna have Breeze back, and they'll still have Taysom Hill throw, and it'll get picked off or something. Something weird will happen. I mean, I don't know. The NFC's a crapshoot. I don't know who you would pick in the NFC to win. I know Scotty's got the future on Tampa Bay to win it. The NFC. Yeah. I like that. Seattle is the second odds on fit. Green Bay's plus 430 to win the NFC. I think they're still kind of suspect, but yeah. All right, we'll jump into Stand of the Week. Scotty.
My stand of the week are going to be the Atlanta Football Falcons, and because they beat the Raiders worse than the Saints beat the Broncos, and I think that's very nice of them. Thank you, Atlanta.
My stand of the week is Shelby's dad, because we were at
Kenny,
the
what a
Grail.
What a great dude.
The senior, I know, he's fantastic, because we're at the Holy Grail and the waitress came back and she was just like, here's a bill, and he was like, all right, bam, threw his card down, and I was taking my wallet, I was
nuts on that guy.
Are we not going to split this? So, yeah, Stan.
Up a hefty tab.
I know.
My stand of the week was going to be Paul Brown Stadium security.
Oh, my God.
Just being yeah, come on in. I don't think we would have... I don't even think we needed tickets, to be fair. Mm-hmm. We could have just walked in. I'll start with Bunk. The draw, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. That's a draw. So I can't imagine. So DraftKings or FanDuel, one of the two was a sponsor for that fight. And if you're in Vegas in a sports book for that fight,
Roy Man Tits Jones.
Yeah, he had taco meat on his chest. But all the sports books had to.
Scotty loves taco meat, by the way.
Everyone had to go into get their money back on those tickets, even though Mike Tyson clearly won. Mm-hmm. Also, Nate Robinson could be a bunk because Jake Paul and I might be a Jake Paul guy.
Well, no, this is good because he's now going to fight someone. I think that this is going to give him an opportunity to fight somebody who knows how to fight, and they're going to beat him to death.
Well, I might be a Jake Paul guy because he used to date Jose Canseco's daughter, and so they broke up, obviously. And Jose Canseco challenged him.
That would be fantastic.
And Jake Paul said, "Bring it on! I love smashing Canseco."
Oh no!
I'm like, oh my god! I'm kind of in on him. All right.
Damn, me too, Loki.
All right.
Bunk. My health insurance company. So my shoulder is. I don't know what's going on.
Sure.
What?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Zach sleeps on it until 8 a.m.
Which one is it?
The left shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah. It's probably from sleep because I sleep on my side. I talked about that before.
Sure.
It got slightly better, and then this morning I woke up and I couldn't do more than this. So I couldn't get it over my head without it screaming in pain.
Okay, Drew Brees.
I know, right? So I called the insurance and I was like, do I need, can I go see a specialist? Do I need to go see a general practitioner? Yada yada yada. And they're like, you can go, but you have to pay for all office visits until you meet your deductible. I was like, what's my deductible? And they're like $5,600. Who goes to the doctor's office that much unless they're dying? Right? So it's just like it sucks because now I guess I'm just gonna deal with my shoulder. Why do I even have insurance?
Yeah. Scotty, bunk.
Yeah. Besides garbage time and Hail Marys, I'm going to say my bunk is Adam Gase's play calling. He took it back over with Sam Darnold back. And he was like, he finally has his top 3 receivers, and they put up a swift 3 points.
Hey, just as much as your Broncos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm awarding the Broncos for putting up 3 versus if the Jets put up 3 because at least the Broncos,
McManus, the leading scorer in Denver.
Let's go. Bachelor, do you want to since we're on the topic of football, do what we okay.
Yeah, Scotty, so we
Introduce it.
forgot to drop this in the DMs because I just thought of it right before.
We were going to do lines we wish we could have back, but we'll scratch that for this.
Yeah. So I was watching a TikTok and it gave me this idea. Quarterback starting quarterback predictions for 2021, all 32 teams. And then whoever has the best record, I guess we can come up with either a punishment or do just a bet. Whoever is kind of like what we do boardwalk.
A swirly bet.
A swirly bet, maybe. Scotty?
Sure, yeah.
No comment?
I'm down.
He said, sure, yeah. I'll definitely welch on that later.
You know what we should have done at the beginning of the year is the eliminations bracket. Like, you pick one team. You can only pick one team per week.
I know.
Yeah.
We should have done that shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But in any case, we're going to make our predictions, and we'll decide on a punishment later. We've got plenty of time.
We all would have been out by now,
Yep.
by the way.
Oh, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, well, we couldn't. I don't know. We might have been able to keep going. At least one of us, but one of us would have won at this point if that's the case. But
well, we should next year at least we should all get in a pool together.
Yeah.
For that, do our own survivor contest. My parents. But yeah, and see how we do.
I don't know how to swim.
All right, you're hilarious.
Browns are 8-3. Their point differential is -21. Let me just say that real quick.
Okay.
All right. So we just want to run from the top to bottom based off winning percentage.
Do we want to split it up, or do we want to do all 32 right now?
Yeah, we're just gonna do it all 32 right now, real quick.
Okay.
Who do we think's gonna be QB?
Hold on, I'm still writing them down. All the teams. I'm one division away.
That's all right. No problem.
All right, I am done.
Yeah. Can we? Yeah. Do we want to do? Because we get into a discussion about a lot of these. It may take a long time. Do you want to go a division? We can do this division by division.
Let's just do all the AFC teams.
Do all the AFC teams.
Then all the NFC teams Wednesday. Thursday.
Gotcha.
All right.
Perfect.
So break it up into 3. Scotty down to the Zack, and then me. All right.
You got it.
And what's the premise of this, like, week 1 starter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fair.
All right. First team, New York Jets. Scotty.
Man. I'll say Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, Zach.
Justin Fields.
Yes. That's what I was.
I'm taking Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm going to take Lawrence.
New England. Scotty.
New England. Oh man, shit. This is actually a tough
That's
one.
tough.
Mm-hmm.
This is tougher than I thought it was going to be because who are the NFL? I'll go. Oh man. I'll go Sam Darnold in New England.
That's what I was going to take.
God damn it. It's consensus then.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
We have. I might switch mine up just because now.
This is a weird consensus pick.
Yeah.
This is not the one I thought we would. This is not what I thought our first consensus was going to be.
Right. Scotty, you changing?
I have to see the free agent QBs and then maybe.
All right, yeah, let's pull up the free agent QBs.
Uh,
Free agent.
No, I'm going to change mine.
Quarterback. All right, what is it?
Kirk Cousins.
All right. Beautiful.
Ooh, I kind of like that one too. Andy Dalton, maybe. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Kirk Cousins.
I need
Matt
a list.
Schaub. Just
I need a
kidding.
list.
Um,
All right, well, are we all in agreement? Josh Allen
yeah,
for Buffalo.
I'm going to take Sam Darnold. I'm going to keep Sam Darnold because
I'm taking Darnold too because I really like that. Miami.
Tua.
I take Tua.
Yeah, Tua.
Cincinnati Burrow.
Yep.
Well, no, I'm taking. I don't think Burrow returns for week 1.
Okay.
Then who do you have?
I take the field.
No.
Fuck.
Oh, can I take every quarterback that doesn't have a torn MCL and ACL right now?
And other structural damage?
Right.
All right, it has to be week 1, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to take.
Put
I'm
your
gonna
balls
take-
out there.
You got hair in your nuts? I'm taking
I'm
Scotty.
gonna take-
Scotty.
Jameis Winston.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Kind of like it, don't you?
Cleveland, Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker.
Yeah.
Baltimore,
Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
All right. Pittsburgh.
Oof. This was tough.
I'm gonna go Big Ben.
Yeah, I will too.
I think
Especially if they do really.
I think Big Ben's done this year.
I don't
will
know,
too.
man.
I think
they're going to
I'll
make.
go with him too.
They'll make a deep run in the playoffs. They'll probably lose in the AFC Championship.
And it'll be like one more year.
yeah, it'll be like one
No,
more because they've got
I think-
a good young talent.
No, I think because he's 10-0, he's thinking, and he's like his knees are like have arthritis. He's like thinking
His
like,
elbows are.
this is my last chance. Like I'm 10-0. This is my last chance for a Super Bowl. If it doesn't happen this year, I'm done. That's how I'm thinking about it. But whatever.
So who are you taking?
Then who's your pick?
Ben, I'm still going Ben because
Oh,
I'm
well,
not going to
then
be.
What was that whole soliloquy about?
Oh my God! All right,
All right.
next.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tannehill.
They just paid
Tannehill.
Tannehill. So.
yeah money.
This isn't as good of a segment as I thought.
Not yet.
But yeah, okay.
We're getting the meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
of it.
you're right. Houston, Watson.
Yeah,
Yep.
just paid him.
All right. Indy.
Yeah, this one's
This one.
squirrely like the 49ers.
It is. And Rivers is a free agent.
I can't wait till we get to the 49ers on the next episode. That will be interesting, I think. But anyway, Jacoby.
Okay. Going Brissett. I'll go
Brisket.
chalk. I'll go chalk and say Phillip Rivers after he wins a playoff game this year and then doesn't come back.
I
or
agree
comes
with
back.
Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
Jacksonville.
Justin Fields.
God. Trask.
Justin Fields for me. Trask.
Kyle Trask.
All right. And you got Fields, Scotty?
Yep.
So, just curious, Zach, where do you have Trevor Lawrence going? Because Jets, Jags, first two picks.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Trevor Lawrence for this one. I
Okay.
fucking forgot. That's
Just
my bad.
curious there.
That's my bad.
Denver.
Lock.
Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Do you guys think so?
Yeah.
Fucking Dak Prescott. No. Yeah, I'll go. I'll
Russell
stick with Locke.
Wilson.
Probably Locke.
wish.
And we could probably go Mahomes, all three of us.
I don't know.
For Kansas City.
Hang on. Hear me out.
Landry Jones. These next two aren't juicy.
Yeah, what are they?
Raiders Chargers going to be Carr and Herbert.
Yeah.
All right, that was QB predictions.
AFC is not as exciting as the NFC.
No, you're right.
NFC is going to be
interesting. I'm changing my Patriots pick though.
All right.
I'm taking the BYU QB to the
Okay, what is it?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Z Wilson.
I have him as my Washington football team in my franchise on Madden.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay.
If Denver
He's
doesn't
pretty
take
good.
him,
Oh, when Zack plays on rookie mode.
I don't. I'm playing on all Madden. I'll have you know. I'll show you the receipts.
Okay. Stand of the week done.
Hey, you know what,
Zach?
Bachelor?
Oh, by the way, it's vaccine month. Happy vaccine month.
All right.
Shout out Pfizer, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, University
it's
of
gonna
Oxford,
happen?
our 4
Oxford?
vaccines. Coming up big.
I know, right? The RNA ones are tough,
Ohio's
right?
getting theirs December 15th.
So the RNA, I mean, we're not a science podcast, but the RNA vaccines are tough because...
Now let's act like experts on this real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not what this podcast is about. I don't know.
Well,
Get
no,
into
go
a diatribe. Well, I was just
30
gonna say-
seconds go.
Okay, so the people who get it and survive, usually the symptoms aren't that bad. The people who actually get the coronavirus, people who get the vaccine, say they feel like absolute
sick
dog dookie for like 8 to 10 days, and I think it's a prioritization. Like if you're young and you don't have any pre-existing conditions or anything that would complicate it, you're better off getting the coronavirus and
Getting the antibodies.
and just getting the antibodies because you're going to feel bad for a couple days.
Because we need 70% of people either with the vaccine or with the antibodies for herd immunity.
Right, exactly. So I think to the vulnerable people should get the vaccine.
Right.
But the rest of us,
if you go into a pharmacy and
this
ask
is for
for a
athletes.
vaccine
this is for-
and you're under
yeah.
like the age of 30, they just give you COVID.
they just have somebody infected come and cough in your mouth.
They just give you COVID. The vaccine's actually just COVID.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what the flu shot is. Just a little bit of flu in your arm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just watch Contagion. I mentioned this to you.
Mm-hmm.
I love pandemic movies because
Yeah.
all of them are worse than the coronavirus. So
Yeah.
it makes me grateful that COVID isn't as bad as those two.
Yeah. Ask Nathan.
perspective.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah, Nathan had nothing, and like his sister still can't taste anything, but
Yeah,
Nathan was fine.
Yeah. What? So let's just say women have weak immune systems.
Yeah, his sister's like 14 pounds. All right, happy vaccine month. Ohio gets theirs December 15th, 2 weeks from today. Bachelorette talk.
Was that Twitter trend, by the way? Or is that still to come?
That was
one.
my Twitter trend. But
Yeah,
I,
how
oh, you
dare
have
the
one. Okay,
go
NCAA let this poor girl go out there for Vanderbilt and just like fucking kick a rock down the field? That was not a dude. Everyone's just like, she's moving forward. I'd be like, yeah, cool. I'm so about a girl kicker, but like to act like she had a good kick is not pushing the game forward. It's
Right.
not.
No, it's definitely cool. She's the first woman in a
Yeah.
Power 5 D1 school, but like, don't get her out there for a second half kickoff. Like, just wait until you have a field goal attempt,
Right.
and
Right.
then make history.
Yeah. Real quick, can we talk about Malik Beasley,
Oh, with
you guys see this?
Pippin's wife.
NBA star? Yeah.
That
Yeah.
snake.
I know. So, this is double infidelity. Larsa cheating on Scotty and Malik cheating on his wife. Saucy. I know you don't really give a shit about NBA. Who's Malik Beasley?
He's a Nugget.
Did he play for the?
Yeah, they
Nuggets?
traded him to the
Yeah.
Timberwolves, and now
Scotty,
he's just.
care to comment?
I loved him.
Oh, okay.
I think he's better than Gary Harris.
He's my cousin, by the way. I should let you know.
Cake on the low.
Larsa
Sure.
Pippen is. That's a W.
Okay. Bachelorette talk. So,
You want to talk about cake on the low?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh, that's tonight too.
these
Got one
episodes.
to nizzle.
I know, right?
Well, we're
Right.
talking about
Last week.
last week, and then we'll do tonight's episode on Thursday.
Yep.
Not these episodes aren't as
Not
juicy.
yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But my boy Bennett came up big.
Kind of hate.
now
Kind of
he's
hate
in
Bennett.
hot water.
He is.
Yeah, I think
You
Bennett's
do?
Bennett's
Bennett-
losing some moxie to me. I think he's kind of annoying, bully.
Bennett's so sophisticated,
Tries to-
and he's like, imagine
Yeah.
having an argument with a 14-year-old. It's like, Bennett, you kind of act 14 some of the time.
I refuse to believe that whole
That was fake.
trivia thing was fake. There's
That was so fake.
No fucking way that
Bennett couldn't add.
I went to fucking Wright State and I knew how to do that shit. You tell me he went to Harvard and didn't know how to fucking do
That was
simple
so for the
addition?
cameras, like, Bennett,
Yeah.
talk about how smart you are, and then
Yeah.
get these questions wrong. We promise you'll get a rose at the end.
Right.
Excuse me.
That fucking robe, dude.
Bennett's,
Had me all hot and
Bennett
bothered.
low-key a
What do you
bully.
mean? Oh.
I don't like bullies, dude.
He's well, okay.
I don't like Chris Harrison.
I like
don't
Chris
either.
Harrison.
I don't like how he's like worth millions of dollars and he's just sitting there eating lobster.
fucking Ed.
Ed, when he goes to Harrison's house,
I
he's
thought
just like-
that was the
looking
funniest
for-
scene.
Well, that's another fake scene that like
Yeah.
the producers obviously.
Well, yeah,
told
the
him to
fake
go
one.
there.
Yeah.
And then in the credits, they showed a real scene though, which was funny. I thought.
Yeah.
Like the producers definitely told that dude to go there, but
Yeah.
like the funniest part, I think they actually had an organic conversation that wasn't shown until later. But like,
Yeah,
that whole thing was scripted.
Right, they probably had a good conversation, and then like on the camera, they're like, "Hey, Chris, like act like you hate this guy." Like that was
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
You could have been making out with Tasia. And the thing is, with Ed, the only time he's on screen is, and he's still got a rose, by the way. The weird thing with Ed is that like I've never seen him have a one-on-one romantic conversation or moment with any of the Bachelorettes. He's always either tattling or like in a fight, but he's still on the show.
They're just keeping him in because he's that fucking doofus who.
He's a wild card.
Yeah, he stirs shit up. Like when that shit with him and Chasen was.
R.I.P. Chasen.
Yeah.
He just
Oh yeah,
wasn't-
all of a sudden all that drama, and now he's just gone. Like whatever.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like he was not in this episode for a single second until the rose ceremony. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the hell was that?
It was. I just thought it was wild that he got sent home because Mustache Boy is just a total fucking bitch.
Yeah, and now he ruined the cocktail hour. And this is what I was getting to. I was kind of forgetting the episode for a little bit. It was kind of a snoozer. The karaoke competition. Who's the one guy that was like earlier in the season was like, "Don't speak for me." He's a lawyer. Riley. A lot of them in the karaoke thing, and Riley especially, they just went up there and like said poems. They
Right.
didn't sing.
Right.
Our boy Blake
Right.
actually tried with
Yeah.
the accordion.
Yeah, and then the other, like Bennett rapping was total cringe. But the thing that I was frustrated with, I don't even think they showed it. Our boy Kenny,
Boy band.
boy band manager, no taste for music at all.
Yeah, that's a tough scene.
That was tough.
He's
yeah,
gone
he had
too,
a-
right?
Yeah, left.
Yep.
And I forget who else
I
left.
can't believe Blake's still there.
Yeah, Blake. I don't know.
Under the radar.
What else happened? The fake sex noises.
Yeah, that was
that was weird.
That was
And
that's
then
funny.
or
Or when they had to propose after eating a hot pepper.
Yeah. I don't know. The
Oh,
whole
you know
Chris-
my favorite. I have a good one. So when they were like faking the orgasms, right, and like Blake starts going in, it's,
Got some demons.
One dude was like, "Blake's got some demons, bro."
I bet he's into foot shit.
I don't know. The whole thing with them, with Chris Harrison having to sign their ass, him just sitting there eating lobster.
Chris Harrison was excited, I think.
Well,
Obviously
him
that
just
was
sitting there
scripted.
eating lobster was I know, but it just pissed me off a little bit. I was like, that dude's like, he works 3 months a year.
Yeah.
He just chills for 80% of the show.
Yeah,
I bet he gets a producer credit too.
I want the gig.
Right. I'm just jealous.
You
I don't
could
really
do the
hate the
gig.
guy.
Can you imagine Scott? Can you imagine Scotty being Chris Harrison?
Oh my god.
I could fucking do it.
Come up story of the fucking century.
So
Fucking
I'm like, you guys
blow up,
like
bro.
the rose ceremonies happening. So like,
Scotty would try to
Taste will
fuck.
be here soon.
Scotty would try to fuck every.
Do I say
single one
I'm
of
a
the
lot? Like I
Bachelorettes
don't
on
get the
low.
joke.
I don't
What do
know.
you say?
I'm basically just
just
announcing
say
like
random
you being Chris Harrison is like your radio calls at the start of the
could you
show.
be-
It's
could
like,
you imagine-
here we go.
Here, could you imagine?
Dog Dad IPAs?
Could you imagine Shelby
What?
being Chris Harrison?
Yes. I could be Chris.
Hey guys, we're
I don't
standing
know.
in the
All of
living
us
room.
could be Chris.
It's like
One to the left,
Shelby
three
in
guys
any
to the
awkward
right.
situation. Can you imagine you when fucking rat face screaming at Claire? How you would handle that situation?
Yeah,
Because Shelby can't
I'd
handle
crumble.
any kind of
I
social
would
awkwardness.
crumble.
He'd be like,
Wait a minute.
I told Zach I couldn't be on the show in general because if I had an awkward moment, I'd just kill myself.
Hey, I have such a good idea,
I'm
guys.
12.
What?
I have such a good idea. I think it's so good. So, when the next rose ceremony comes on tonight, and it shows, sometimes it doesn't show the whole thing, and they will wait till next week or whatever. Hopefully, they show the whole thing. But Shelby should do a play-by-play of the rose ceremony. Be like, there's like 4. He's like, there's 16 roses in total, and there's 20 guys. Let's see, there's 4 guys to the left. They're Jason's looking sus. I don't know. And I think that would be good.
We can record that.
Yeah,
When I watch
record
it, I'll
that.
record one.
Okay,
Okay.
just make sure we get
You got to make it
posted
fun too.
sooner rather than later.
Cool. Okay. We'll go to Boardwalk for Wednesday. So here's the thing. We all took Pittsburgh when it was at -4. So how about we keep Pittsburgh -4?
Is it still -4? Oh no.
No, God no. Dayton with an early lead. Dayton opening night for Dayton's.
I know they scrambled to find a new team, and they made it happen.
Eastern Illinois. Shout out who went to Eastern Illinois. Go.
I couldn't tell you.
Jimmy
Tony
G.
Romo.
Okay,
That was it. Tony Romo. Was it Tony Romo?
No, I don't
Tony
know.
Romo or Jimmy G went to that school.
Chase Johnson with an early 3. Came
Thank
back,
God.
left the team, and then came back.
All right, so let's all pick like a player prop or a
Yeah,
total
it is Tony
for.
Romo.
Okay, let's all do a player prop or a total for the Steelers game. We all have Pittsburgh -4. That should win. It's now Steelers -10. But let's get a
Jeez.
total in there or a player prop.
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. We'll go RG3 under 170.5 passing yards.
Okay.
Mark Ingram's back. J.K. Dobbins is back.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so I don't think they'll throw the ball.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take RG3 over 28.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
That's a good bet. I'm just gonna crossfire Shelby.
Jesus. All right.
You know why? Because it worked out the first time.
Right, with the Bears.
You said a player prop and what else?
Well, no. I was just, you could do a player prop or a total. We did a player prop, and we all have Pittsburgh -4 as well.
Right, yeah.
I'm kind of, my bunk, a late bunk was that I literally found out 2
What if
hours ago that we don't have Thursday night football
What if
this
I
week.
wanted Ravens +4?
You could have Ravens +4
okay,
and
no, I
Steelers -4. It'll probably push. You get 2.
Yeah! Zacky pushes!
Yeah, I was just like 2 hours ago. I was like, wait a minute, what's the Thursday night game? I thought we were getting Wednesday football, Thursday football. No, because it was supposed to be the Cowboys Ravens.
Yeah,
so that
which is moved to Monday.
Right, we're gonna get 2 Monday nights and a Tuesday. I think. I'll take that.
Hey,
Right.
what? Didn't your boy go 4-0 this week too in snake draft pick'em?
You did.
We'll
So
get to
snake draft
that.
pick'em. No, this is the end of the show.
Oh, yeah.
So snake draft pick'em. Zach went 2-2. Scotty 4-0. I went 2-1 with Pittsburgh tomorrow.
Right.
So
Come up season.
if Pittsburgh wins, I'm a game behind you.
Right.
For first.
What are we at with Boardwalk?
Zach 88, 70 and 6. Scotty 87, 75 and 2. Me 85, 76 and 3. Still
Wait, so
holding on.
I'm really coming back now
Maybe.
In what?
in snake draft pick'em, right? 'Cause that's the,
Well, no. I mean, you gained 2 games on Zach. You gained 2 games in first. So you're still 6 back in snake draft pick.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
You can't even. We could go 0-4 and you go 4-0 and you'd still be losing.
Yeah.
But you're 4-0 so far from the number 3 pick.
Right.
With the number 3 pick.
Yep.
And what's the boardwalk looking like?
That's what I was doing, and while you interrupted. So Zach, I'm doing some math here. You are 3 games back of Zach.
Yep.
And I am 86.5. Looks like 4.5 back of Zach. And we all have Pittsburgh -4 than our player props.
Gotcha. Do you want to talk about your the best betting week ever for this past week for you?
Yeah, I guess so. So the Giants saved me completely with the teaser and the moneyline parlay. The moneyline parlay was like 20 to win 132, and it ended with the Packers, and that was the first time I drank during the day for the Bengals game, so by the time the Packers started, I was tired as shit, and I stayed up till halftime, and I was like, if the Packers come back from that, or the Bears come back from that, and I lose, like, whatever.
Right.
But I was pretty confident. Going to bed, waking up to that was nice. 49ers, I had spread and money line against the Rams, so that was fantastic. I was going to double down on the way to the Bengals game, but the 49ers dropped all the way to 5.5. Didn't take it. Would have won anyway. And then Bengals team total. The only things I lost this week were the Chargers team total over, which I got screwed on, and the over in the Washington-Dallas game that hit. I had the under.
Yeah, same.
So
we talked about that the morning of. We're like, oh, the under is the play there.
Well, I think it was the play, but Dallas liked to fake a punt from inside their own 20.
That was stupid.
And it got weird in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They just got really weird on us. Then they had the pick interception for Dallas that turned into an immediate field goal. All right, Scotty, your best betting week of all time?
Yeah, Kansas State, they were plus 300 at halftime, only down like 14-6, I think it was. And I don't know, they scored 4 straight touchdowns coming off a half. And that quarterback looks good for them. I don't know if you guys watched any of the game, but it was just like some of those college football games, just all like the underdogs will be such big underdogs, but they'll win like so much easier than in the NFL. Like some of those like Friday night games, like that like San Jose State will be like plus 250 and they'll win by 10 or 11, and well,
that's why college football teasers are losers.
Yeah.
Like an unreal amount of the time.
Yeah.
You don't get rich betting college football teasers.
No, I get rich betting the underdogs because I'm like, it could happen. Let's see. And I don't know much about the teams.
Yeah, because ignorance
is bliss.
I mean, and the books don't either because they play. There's so many games that they can't be spot on all of them. I mean, yeah, it was. I'm bummed I didn't get a piece of Alabama in the Auburn Bowl blowing out Auburn. But yeah, I could have probably seen Auburn blowing out or losing by 1 million to Alabama, but. Mac Jones looks like the real deal. He could probably win the Heisman. Ohio State in danger of being ineligible for the Big Ten championships there.
I would say more than in danger. I would say almost a foregone conclusion.
Really?
I want Michigan to screw them and say we have too many COVID cases, we can't play.
Yeah, that would definitely be a Jim Harbaugh move for sure. After getting embarrassed by Penn State,
he's gone. There's no fucking way he survives this.
Oh, for sure.
About the next Bengals coach like that.
Yeah, right. Or either that, or I think honestly he ends up as a coordinator somewhere in the NFL next year.
He'll probably be a fucking like announcer or like an analyst.
He's gonna be the Bears head coach.
That I would love to see that
because of all of his successes with the quarterback in Michigan.
Yeah, or with the Jaguars.
I think he's like buddy with the McClowskis or whoever owns the Bears.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Maybe. Where did he play? Where did he play in the NFL?
Well, he was most successful with the Colts.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that job's not going anywhere.
Is that our show?
Hey, you know what, man? That's our show. Don't you guys maybe do a wellness check on me tomorrow at about 5:00.
Why
see how I'm doing. Because the Bengals will probably get in.
You mean the Ravens?
The Ravens probably getting shithoused. So yeah.
All right.
That's our show.
See you Thursday.
Absolutely.
All right. Here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave, where the dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island. Beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.